team shirt.
I see that.
But of course,
I even got little Texas on there. They and Galveston.
come on, Galveston.
Man,
Testing 1, 2, 3. Hello, Francis. We're back. Hey, what's going on? I didn't think you were still here. Now you're going to have to get that computer fixed.
You know what? It's a brand new laptop, and I don't know what's going on with it. I really don't.
I'm tired looking at this.
I know, and I'm so beautiful.
That's the hard part about it. I mean, that's the good part about it, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the
hard
good
part. I can't get
that's the good part.
Right, I can't get to say, hey, man, we're gonna crank it up tonight, guys. Hey, you guys are listening tonight. We're gonna crank it up tonight. We're going to crank it up tonight. We're gonna talk about the Beaumont City Mayor's re-election results, and we're gonna talk about we're gonna brush on the Beaumont PD department, police department. We're going to talk about a few other things, and we're just going to rejoice and think and chop it up on just some noteworthy things that's going on in Beaumont. And we are going to need you to comment because we want to talk to you, the audience that's listening and watching. We want to talk to you too. So drop us a comment. We'd like to hear what you got to say, and I'll post it up, and we'll talk about it. All kind of things going on tonight. We got the roundtable crew with us tonight, so let's get busy. Now we'll be right back right after the intro. Welcome to Knowledge is Power Podcast Live with your host, Tony Redford, and my co-hosts, LaDonna Sherwood and Francis Larkins.
Knowledge is Power Podcast Live starts now.
He'll design it for your y'all just talking and going on. Hey, what's going on? Oh, wait a minute. Somebody's mic is off. Let's see. Somebody's mic is off. Everybody's mic is muted. Unmute your mic, guys. Unmute your mic. All right. Okay. All right. Everybody's mic is muted. Unmuted. Let's get it off. Get it off, Perry Busby. Francis?
Hey, I'm
here. Chris?
Yes, I'm here.
Busby?
Hey.
All right. Y'all scared me. I just wonder what's going on. Hey, we've got a lot to talk about. We got lots to talk about. Where's LaDonna?
I don't know.
That's anyway. We're gonna move on because we got a lot to talk about. Hi guys, how did you like everything? Oh, you know, did we give our intro? Francis, I tell you what.
You better go ahead. I think my computer is going to shut down. I'm going to have to re-log in. Knowledge. We're going to tell the viewers a little bit about Knowledge is Power. Just drop them a tip. Knowledge is Power Podcast Live is a platform to share important information by educating Southeast Texas African American communities with viable information on health, education, finances, politics, and business. We are here to keep our fingers on the pulse, and we intend to do that every Sunday, Tuesday, and on special days. Yes, Tony, take it away.
All right, guys. I mean, I have somebody. What's going on? Some listener, but I don't see your name. We'd like to see your name. You have to sign in and get permission to use your name, so we'll know who we're talking to. So you must be talking to her from Facebook post, group post. So we enjoy you. So we're doing okay, and we thank you for stopping in. Uh, uh, Chris, you can take over.
Hey man, why you dropping them
I
out?
put you on the spot.
Yeah,
I put you on the spot.
so,
Hey man, hey, tell me this. Tell me this.
one of the
Did,
things that
did you? How was your weekend? First of all, let's talk about
hey
Juneteenth.
man, the weekend was fine. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed many individuals that came to the South End, the real South End this weekend, and celebrated the South End reunion, also known as South End Day.
Right.
It goes right along with Father's Day weekend and Juneteenth weekend, now national holiday Juneteenth weekend celebration. Kudos to you all. Again, like I said, I had a ball being around, people I haven't seen in a while. I know for sure in the last 2 years. But yeah, it was dope, man. I really enjoyed it.
Well, great.
And then not to mention, successfully we elected our new mayor of Beaumont, Robin Donata Mouton.
That's right.
And as a political aspiring political individual in the area, I'm ecstatic to see her and her success. I do also applaud Roy West for stepping up as well. It's something very hard to do. I've done it on several occasions, so I commend them, for taking that step. But our elections are over now. We definitely need to get to work. I hope that people find access through Robin Donata Mouton and the other elected individuals that sit on council, as well as the manager and administration. So use what you have to get what we need here in the city of Beaumont. I think we're going to go far, man.
Yeah, and I must say, Roy West did run a real good race and strong race. He, and I liked his comment after the race was over and how he commended Robin as the winner, and also he said we must unite and come together and work for her,
Absolutely,
work with her, so that we can be successful. And he wasn't, and I know he meant it from his heart, and that made me feel so good to see. I know there's a lot of hurt, because I've been in that spot before too,
right,
so. But he really was sincere about what he said, and I commend him for it. And he ran a good, strong race. But there's only could be one winner.
Yes, he did.
Yes,
he did. And I will say he did some out of the box type of engaging the community. And I mean, like, if anybody is interested in engaging the community, take a play from his playbook.
Right.
Because he did engage a lot of different people on a lot of, with out of the box thinking. And that's the type of person I am. I'm definitely one of the out of the box type of individuals. And I think that, we shouldn't go remiss behind, his team that he had behind him. Although I have some discrepancies that I would like to discuss with, some members of his team, but I guess that's another round table, Tony.
Yeah, we have another round table on the 1st of July, so we'll get a chance to talk about that. Hey, Jeffrey, thanks for dropping in. Jeffrey dropped in on us, and I want to give a shout out to him. What's up to Beaumont, Texas? Gents, we're good.
Oh,
Jeff. We're doing great, Jeff. Let's see what you got to say, Jeff. Don't know if you guys talked about it, but what your feelings on that video on the aftermath of the Juneteenth Park situation? Well, I can say something about it.
Here we go.
Yeah. I've seen. It's just like a concert. What happened after the concert? I don't. I mean, I've seen it many times, and I think that's what the city employees are for. To clean up the
Facts.
mess. You know, that's their
Facts.
job. You know,
Facts.
so I've seen. I've been to concerts, all types of events, and when they
Mardi
left,
Gras was horrible. If people don't remember,
that's right.
cleanup
So
for Mardi Gras was horrible.
right. So I don't. I'm not,
I will say this, and I mean, I did address it as the president of the neighborhood association, and if you viewers or followers of Knowledge is Power, there is a video that was requested at the behest of the residents of the neighborhood association to make for the association to make a statement. And after accumulating information from not just my point of view, but other individuals who reached out to me, as well as the individual who posted the video, you know, I understand both sides, but at the same time, I did mention, there was a lack of communication, especially when it came to an event that's already sponsored, that's already organized, that's already, the process of this event is already understood. I think that's where the turmoil came from, the chatter, as I called it, came from, and that's one of the issues that we have as a community. We don't dialogue, and sometimes we aren't too cognizant or too keen on somebody reprimanding us. So, I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, I do want people to know that when we have our South End Day, it was have always been separate from the Juneteenth celebration that's at Terrell Park and any other celebration that's going on within the city. The South End Day has been going on from my recollection for 15 years, off paper, and on paper, I'd say about 9 or 10 years. So, like I said, we understand the process. We know the process, and individuals that aren't usually attendees of this type of event would see, the aftermath as something chaotic. But lo and behold, like I said, this is our process. This is something that we understand. So we take the initiative to not just clean up our park, but try to bring it back to a usable state. But whether we realize it or not, we don't have adequate trash receptacles around the park, and we don't have enough dumpsters, especially for our South End Day celebration, to say that we're going to pick up everything and put it in a dumpster. That's not going to happen. So I do want people to know that the park was cleaned, as always, as it's always scheduled, Sunday between Sunday morning and Sunday afternoon. The designated individuals that's appointed by the individuals that sponsored this event, we had that taken care of. But for that lack of communication to those particular individuals, including myself as the president of the neighborhood association, I think that could have been communicated a lot better, and we could have kind of brushed that those feelings to the side, especially, like I said, the way it was delivered to the community, as if we weren't cognizant of the process again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, hey, now we spent the last 14 minutes talking about a couple of things. Let's talk about the most exciting thing that I would like to talk about is that by the way, before I go into that, I'm going to say hello to Anita Kaufman. She said hello, everyone.
Good evening, Miss Anita.
Hello, Anita.
We appreciate you checking us out. And if you're watching us, share it, because we want everybody to know what we talked about, because we do this on a regular basis. Now this is Power Podcast. We just talk about things and current event that we're going through. But I want to talk about the most exciting news, and that is a new mayor of Beaumont.
Come on,
Yeah,
Mayor.
right. We're going to talk about that. I'm still excited. We worked hard, and let me just say this, and I'm gonna take a back seat and let you guys go at it. Because we have a whole lot to talk about, and this show is not long enough to talk about what we want to talk about. So let me say this. This is the first female African-American black African-American mayor in Beaumont, Texas. 180 years history. Not only just that. I mean, that's just what she is. But the most important thing that I like about it is that we voted for her not because of her skin color. We voted for her because she was the most qualified.
Amen.
And we voted
That's
for
right.
her because she was a proven leader.
Amen.
So it's not a black and white thing, a brown thing. It's what we felt that was right for us. And I want to make sure that those who are watching, those who are listening, and those that might listen to later on, I want you to understand, we did not vote because of skin color. We voted for the right person that was qualified to be the mayor of Beaumont, Texas.
I voted for access.
Yes. So somebody got some background noise. I'm hearing some background noise
My
in
big brother in the bar.
Oh, but anyway, this is what we are doing, and I think, and I want the voters. I want to thank the voters. That's what I want to do right now. All the voters
That showed up and
showed up, and that showed out. You're right. I mean,
absolutely.
We had more voters than we had in the election. We had more voted in the runoff election than we had in the entire election in May.
That speaks volumes.
That's right. Volumes. And I am so proud of the people of Beaumont, Texas, that come out like that and voted. And you see the results when you come out and you come together. So. You come together. When you come together, you see what happens. Now, okay, I just had to say that because I've been wanting to say that. I love being a blessing to someone else. Even though I go through a storm, I just want to let you know that I'm still blessed. I'm still blessing others, and I just want to let you guys know that I appreciate every worker behind the scenes that was doing their deal behind the scene and help put this young lady in office. This is the first time in 180 years history of Beaumont that we're going to have a majority on the council that reflects
how many years?
180 years. It's going to reflect what the city demographic is, for the first time. So I asked those that want to move, those, I'm not calling names, but those that was upset about selling their houses, moving, want to leave, our city would turn into a negative atmosphere, environment. I saw a writer, a bullshit writer, talk about it's going to turn into Port Arthur. This writer also said that that red meat writer talks about a vagina, calling our candidate a vagina. Well, we had a white vagina in office 14 years as mayor. I'm just telling it like it is. So this is hateness and ugliness and nastiness of some people. So I pray for you too, guys. Those that had the hate and jealousies and all that bullshit that we don't need in our lives here. What happened to love? LOVE. What happened to love? People to stop loving one another. Let's come together and let's support our mayor, our new mayor, Robin Mouton, and let's let it all be, and let's see what happens.
Well, I couldn't be more proud of Beaumont today as an African American woman. Let me say a young woman. here in Beaumont. I am just thrilled and elated that, at the end of the day, no, it does not come down to race. It actually came down to who is most qualified for that position. I mean, I just honestly have to say, I don't even think it should have been up for discussion who all the support should have been behind. However, we each have our own, reasons for why we chose what we chose.
Right.
But I'm just very proud of all the voters that showed up and showed out, and everyone that's in positive energy, everyone that took the time to go out and vote, to put the rightful candidate in office. So I'm thrilled.
Oh yeah, I am too.
Yeah, I'm thrilled.
Perry, that what you trying to say something?
No, I am really.
Before you say that, Perry, I want to let everyone know how important this race were. And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get back in the back seat because every time y'all talk about something, I get excited about it. You, Perry Busby, traveled from Florida, Plantation, Florida, to be here in Beaumont, Texas, to encourage and motivate, and was there as a frontline worker, bona fide worker, to help this be a successful election. And you did your due diligence, and we want to thank you all as well, because not everyone is going to do that, and then you can't even vote. So I want to thank you for what you've done and encouraging the candidates and helping me out and helping us all out for the things that you have done too behind the scene as well. So it's so much I can talk about right now. So I gotta get back. But I tell you what, when it's all over, I'm coming.
Yeah,
I'm coming. But but
no, man, this was the first time I've ever spent more than 48 hours in Beaumont since 1986. And a lot has changed, man, but this was such an emotional trip for me on the high and the low end. And that was, believe me, before we even got to the high of Robin winning, it was some low points.
Yes.
And I want to participate in the jubilation, but I've come to understand that jubilations are like spikes. The valleys is what we got to navigate. And, I'm so proud of the people of Beaumont, proud of the turnout, because I know there were people telling me, oh, Robin has it, but I've been involved in enough. I've been involved in enough campaigns to know that there is no sure winner.
That's right.
And we didn't know until that final vote. And I know even then we were still asking, are you all sure? Are you all sure? And I think we need to have that same pessimism coming into it.
Yeah.
Not only are you sure, but Lord, can we do it again? Can we make this mount to something?
And she and I was on the phone talking with each other, and I was traveling from Houston coming in Beaumont Saturday night. And when I got the news of the early vote, and then we was up by 200. So, oh, Lord have mercy, can you believe we up by 200 on early voting? So I kind of felt good about it then, because I started doing the math. I said, okay, let me crunch these numbers here. And I come up with a number of about 1,000. I said, we might get this deal by 1,000. And
right.
I think it was about 600, 700.
Yeah.
But I remember talking. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but all these candidates gonna need our help.
Yeah, we're not that way. You know, that's what I say why we got audience and we got a whole lot of people watching us tonight right now. We got a lot of listeners. But I want to say this, and then I'm going to turn it over to LaDonna. It is that it's not over. I mean, we this is one step. We got
Right.
another. We've got 2022 coming, and it's time. I'm telling you guys right now, it's time to get started yesterday, because we've got judges. We got the judges in those judge seats. We got to get a couple of those seats. We've got a county judge that we've got to get that seat. We've got
district attorney,
the DA, district attorney, that we will go after the DA office, the district attorney office.
See my face?
Yeah. You see my face? That's another story I have to tell. That's another segment.
Hey, you said we was gonna talk about it.
And that's another story, because it took me to have to go through some things to see. So anyway, that's we're gonna move that to another show later on. So now again, we've got some, and also we go bigger. We go higher that we got to the state of Texas have to make some drastic changes.
I told you.
I'm talking about Hot Wheels. The governor of Texas, Hot Wheels. He's got to roll. He got to roll on. Yeah, he got to go too. I mean, we got some things. With the state of Texas, hey, every day I'm working with the Democratic groups all over the state of Texas, coalitions all over Texas. And we put the plan together now, and we're going to get us a lieutenant. We're going to get us a state state district attorney. Yeah, right, attorney. We got a lot of work going on, but it starts right here. It starts right here at local.
Yes,
it starts right here at local. So if we can kind of get our local up and get the eyes we got to get. The people we got to put in place.
I don't know what all I've missed, and baseball started late, and so anyway, I'm just getting on. But let me say this: I want y'all to sit back for about 2 or 3 minutes, because I got a lot of stuff I want to say. Cover right quick. Okay, I don't know if we covered the white flight and the people that were saying they're leaving Beaumont or they're not happy about.
We just before you come on.
Did we cover that?
No, we have not. But I wanted to say that I had just mentioned it just before you popped in, and again, I didn't say very much, but I just let them know that hey,
I want to cover it. I got that.
I'm fixing that. Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna cover it. I'm fixing to make it plain where a fool dare not error. Okay, let me lay the grass so the cows can chew it. I want to say this, and I want to make it crystal clear. Okay, let us be clear. Beaumont is a city that has been stagnant. Beaumont is a city that is ready for change. Beaumont is a city that has been reactive instead of proactive. And it's time for us to step up and do the work that needs to be done. No one person can kill Beaumont, and no one person can build Beaumont. Let me say that again for the ninjas in the back who didn't hear me. No one person can kill Beaumont, and no one person can build Beaumont. With that being said, everybody has to be found doing the work. Everybody has to be found doing good for goodness sake. Now it's not the time to be negative. Now it's not the time to rehash old wounds and old heartache and old pain and who shot John and why it didn't go that way. We have a new council. We have a new mayor. And if you want to build a better Beaumont, and if you want to see Beaumont growing, and if you want to see Beaumont thriving, then roll up your sleeves, get in the trenches, get in the mud, and get it out the mud what you want. If you don't put nothing in, then you cannot get nothing out. Now, the election is over. So it is time to heal, build, and come together as one for the betterment of Beaumont, if that is what you so choose to do. Now, if you think that Beaumont is going to hell in a handbasket, or if you think that the new council is going to sometimes some kind of way be derogatory or negative and they're not going to accomplish their goals, or they're going to all of a suddenly kill you and kill your family and kill your dog and kill your grass and kill your cattle, then you know what? You more than welcome to pack your stuff up and move. But what we're not going to do is start this particular campaign council off on a negative note. So if you are a negative Nancy, if you are a Debbie Downer, if you are a putrid Paul, and you got all this negative stuff that you got going on, keep it to yourself. My mama told me if I can't say nothing good, don't say nothing at all. At the end of the day, what we're trying to do is improve the community. We're trying to heal the community. We're trying to mend the divide. We want a better Beaumont. If you don't want that, if you can't see that, if you're not interested in contributing to that, then you are more than welcome to do whatever you feel it is necessary to do, but cut it. Okay? It's time to cut the shit and get to work. If you're not planning on working out your soul salvation, then have several seats, because I don't want to hear that negativity. I don't want to hear it at all. Well, I don't care if your candidate lost.
LaDonna, give them a way to help improve the betterment of Beaumont. Give them some positive things to help improve the better of Beaumont, rather than.
I think the most important thing that we can do is to remain positive. We can roll up our sleeves. We can get to work. We can each take an initiative in a project that we want to work on, that we want to see Beaumont do. And if that's what you want to do, then I'll be more than welcome to have a meeting with you, to sit down with you, to get some things going in a positive manner. But just to say you think it's going down and it's going to be bad, we're not going to do that. Do you want to plant some flowers? Do you want to build something? Do you want to grow a garden? Do you want to open up a new business? Do you want to tell me what you can do? Don't tell me what we cannot do. I don't want to hear that. Tell me give me the Americans. I want to hear the can-do spirit. Thank y'all. I just wanted to get that off my chest.
You sure did. Yeah.
I think that's a great message. So where are we hearing some of those negative things from? Is it Facebook?
Oh, girl, all over, just all the. But I don't even want to focus
negative. I guess I've been so high on the election and the results. I just haven't. They haven't came to me.
I'm super excited about the opportunities that we're going to have going forward. I'm super excited about introducing a new garden in the avenues that's going to feed hungry people that don't have what they need. I'm super excited about riverfront development that's going to give us something to do on the weekends in our spare time. I'm super excited about the music Beaumont that's going around playing music and letting the arts thrive and things of that nature. I'm super excited about, improving the police relations and maybe getting a community advisory board and things of that nature. I'm worried about the things that we can be found doing to be positive. On another note, I'm also interested in creating an advisory board, like an oversight accountability board, where we are going to keep score. We're going to rate you on your record. Okay, yes. We're going to keep the receipts and we're going to hold you accountable, and I'm going to head it up. I'm making it my personal mission to make every council member and every elected official accountable. And we're going to have a report card, and we're going to keep the record of your vote. How did you vote? What was your voting track record? Where did you introduce to the city? What side of town did all the efforts that you try? We're going to keep a record of it. And if we don't like what your record displays, then we will remove you, period, point blank, dot. I'm going to head up that group. I'm making it my personal mission all of 2022, the rest of 21 and all of 2022, to keep a scorecard record, an accountability committee where we go out and make sure that we see what you're doing, what you're saying, and we're going to keep the receipts. We're going to take your picture. We're going to get a video record. We're going to record you. We're going to record how you voted. We're going to have you on record.
Love it.
Damn. Hey, I like that. I like that. I mean, and we have to do that regardless that we supported you, we put you in office, you will still have to be what?
Accountable. Amen.
What is your stance on things? Did you vote with the group? Did you vote against the group? What were your reasoning? What did you bring to the council? What were your topics? What did you focus on? We're going to have a record. We're going to keep a record of it. And at the end of the term, we're going to have a scorecard, A, B, C, D. If you get a failing grade, then you know what time it is. Don't call nobody. Don't look for nobody. We're going to record your score, and the scores are going to speak for themselves because numbers don't lie.
Amen.
I love listening to LaDonna, and I can listen to you all night. And Lord knows I agree with everything you say. If I can just add one thing, it is as I was just having a good time in Beaumont with my good friend Unc. Let us not forget that we are the government. I'm all about keeping them accountable, but as Frederick Douglass says, power concedes nothing without a demand.
Amen.
It never will, it never has, and it never will. And what I found in my travels through Beaumont, everybody knows the problem. Everybody says, let's come together, but I don't see anybody making a step.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, and I'm very serious, I would say, fuck leadership. You all are the leaders.
Mm-hmm.
Pull the people together. Pull them. That's where the demand comes in. We have all this emotion. We will get upset over trash in the park and let a city budget decimate our neighborhood and not say a damn word.
That's right. Now,
so I'm holding us accountable.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
We got to be accountable.
That's right.
I came back because I can't just say, ooh, look how they let Beaumont go down. Beaumont, I can't tell my story without telling Beaumont. And I don't want to get above Beaumont because I don't even think in those terms. But there's so much possibility in Beaumont.
Absolutely.
I went to the old graveyard on Pine and saw Professor Charlton's grave.
Yeah.
Dr. Pollard's grave.
Yeah. Brother Melton's grave.
Yeah.
And we stood on those, and those people, when I looked, they were born in 1865, 1868.
Yeah.
They were born in slavery and just outside of slavery, and those people built schools, and our ass can't even build a good daycare.
Come on, brother.
Hey, y'all, that's a preacher's. That's
so
a preacher child talking.
I expect Robin, I expect Arwin, I expect everybody on that city council to do what city council people do.
That's right.
And that's hold a seat.
That's right. Yeah. This ain't no free pass. This ain't no free pass.
But we got to make them fear that their seats are accountable to us, which they are.
Right.
We say this is a government of the people, by the people, for the people.
Hello, how y'all doing?
We are the government.
That's right.
Yes. So
and the more they exclude us out of the conversation, and the more we are willing to let them take that position, then we are accountable.
Yeah,
that's right.
I totally agree.
I totally agree.
And I'm committing. I'm committing. It won't be another 30 years before I come back to Beaumont. It's gonna be another few weeks. Because we got stuff to do. Y'all can use whatever slogan y'all want to do, but we got work to do. And that's the only slogan we got to live up.
And we have plenty of work to do. We've got plenty of work to do. And we're going to get started and get going. And we're going to work on not that just the city, but we've got to get Jefferson County.
And not only that, but I think that the real work begins now.
That's
now
right.
that we can do something about it, we have to show and prove. This is not a thing where you get elected and you sit down on your hands and you become a bench warmer. This is when you get ready to get in the trenches and roll up your sleeves and see what you're really made of. Let me say this. I cannot express enough how I'm going to be on the accountability committee. I cannot express enough how much I'm going to be in your face and on your phone and questioning you and wondering about what's going on. I cannot express that enough. So I hope that these people that saw me working and sweating in the rain and everything. Don't misconfuse that, because what's going to happen now going forward, I'm going to be expecting some works from your labor, okay? Because faith without works is dead, right? That means we got to show something outside. The tree got to produce some fruit. Okay, so now we didn't plant the seed. Now we got to grow it up. It needs some nurturing.
Move you closer. Go ahead.
We need some fertilizer. We have to make sure that we are found doing good for goodness sake, not just when the people are looking, but when nobody is looking, when nobody is watching you, when the cameras are not on. What are you doing? What are you working on? What are you thinking about? What can you do? You know what I got to see recently? It was a lot of people talking a lot of stuff long as the cameras was on them. The moment the cameras got off of them, they went to their little Facebook page and started making all kind of negative comments and hidden innuendos. When the cameras was on, you was all presidential. You was all presidential and all for the community and blah, blah, blah. When the cameras turned off, then you started being negative and you started being derogatory and you started regurgitating things that was not about building Beaumont, that was not about elevating the community, that was not about drawing people, which was not about growing us. That's unacceptable. Just think, had we elected some of these people that talked a good game long as the camera was on, guess what we did? We met their representative. That wasn't the real them. We met a version of them that they were not going to be able to sustain. I'm hoping that with the council that we have now, we can get what we need to get done, but be mindful that 2 years come quicker than you would think. Be mindful that 2 years come quicker than you think. We're going to improve Beaumont. I said this at the Elegante. One way or another, no matter the haters, no matter the detractors, no matter the foes, no matter the negativity, we coming.
That's right. We coming with like a freight train with no brakes.
One of the things I definitely want to expound on that Perry and LaDonna kind of alluded to is your government. And y'all know I really listen to politicians when they talk. Most of them have been saying, and I'm not going to say Republican and or Democrat, but most of them have been saying we want to decrease government. Perry just said who the government was. We want to decrease the size of government. Even some local individuals on the campaign trail said we want to decrease the size of government. And if that does take place, being that I know it's that we are the government and the government is for, by, and with me, and you talk about decreasing the size of it, well, then 9 times out of 10, you trying to omit me. And one of the things I kept telling people during this entire election process, the early election for the general election, if I don't have access through you, I'm not voting for you.
And you know what? That's an important topic.
Through you, I'm not voting for you. And that's what we have to understand when politicians and certain policy they drive to diminish and or decrease the size of government. What they're saying is, I want to take you off the field, but you could be in uniform. I just want to take you off the field. So be mindful.
I want to disenfranchise you. I want to discourage you. I don't want your input. I don't want to include you. This is where people were saying, oh, you bragging about how many you got to the polls. No, I'm not bragging about how many I got to the polls. I'm talking about the power of the people. The power of the people showing up. This is where the power is. Because except we get people involved, then we don't have no power, baby. I'm not bragging on me because it's bigger than me. But how many voices can we hear? It's your voice, it's your voice, it's your choice, it's your power. This is the way that you actually affect some change, is by getting more people involved.
I totally agree. I was talking to somebody today and I was saying about how things happen because we failed to bring ourselves to the table of communication. Not conflict resolution, the table of communication. We can resolve whatever we want to resolve at the table of communication. And if we aren't at the table of communication, you have little incidents where people feel you're taking a pot shot at them or assume you're taking a pot shot at their association or their neighborhood or their process or their organization. So we have to have and embrace certain elements when it comes to what you're talking about, LaDonna, what Perry is talking about, what Tony has mentioned. I mean, like, if we are really going to sink our teeth into the move forward and upward, because if we just going forward, I believe if we just going forward, we still on the same track, and we can't be on the same track with new people. So we definitely need to elevate ourselves so that we can see different here in Beaumont, be different here in Beaumont, live different here in Beaumont, play different here in Beaumont, and feel safe differently, because now we are unified on several different fronts when it comes to elevating Beaumont.
Right, Kristen, to that point, I think, well, I know now is the time for us to prepare, because we've got to, and my buzzword for now is reimagine. The way we go about voting, we've got to change how we interact. We've got to be more accountable. Chris and I have been talking about this whole thing about making sure that we have people at each polling location just to keep a tab on the flow of traffic. Why are we waiting on a report from a system that we know already has problems? It behooves us to help get our own numbers. And I'm not saying that, that's confrontational. I'm
Amen.
just saying it's a balance. And we've
Hallelujah.
got to understand that this process, that voting is just not about an activity. Voting is participation. It's how we get this process going.
It's
And
power.
the second thing I think we need to do is do a push to move these city elections out of odd years, such that we get better participation.
I
That's
totally
right.
agree. I
That's right.
totally agree.
That's right.
That's something we can do. We can get it toward a primary or toward another general election. I know they're going to say it's a budget reason or that it makes the ballots too long, but we cannot have a city government, as much as we're saying, ooh, we're excited that more people turned out for the runoff than for the general. We still had less than 20%
That's
I
right.
totally
of the
agree.
citizens determining
I totally
the
agree.
direction of the city.
That's right.
And with
Only
that being
less than
said, out of
20%.
74,500 people, that's
Yeah,
nothing compared to the amount of registered voters we have in Beaumont. But again, it tipped the
And
scale.
you
Not saying that it's going to do it again in 2 more years. So
and
we
not
have
only
to
that, that's what I'm
cultivate that
saying. You had
relationship
people
that
that was
LaDonna
really working
established.
on these.
Right. We have to cultivate that relationship that you established, LaDonna, that other groups and organizations established. We have to not just say, hey, go vote for this somebody. Now we have to put the plan in their hand. Okay, this is what we need from the individual I told you to go vote for. This, like you said, this is our community garden. This is our farmers market. This is street rehab, sidewalk rehab. This is a park rehab, playground rehab. However, whatever access we need through those individuals, we need to be able to develop a plan, collectively move forward and elevate ourselves on that plan and put it in their hand. Not just put it in their hand, because when they read the plan, they're gonna see, oh, they moving forward regardless.
Period.
And that's what a lot of politicians, I'm gonna say, that's what a lot of politicians are really scared of. They're not scared of your numbers. They're scared of your move. You understand that? And if you can move, especially if you can move a sleeping population, they are intimidated.
Yes,
Trust
sir.
and believe.
Yes,
They are
sir.
Baby,
Yes, sir.
I'm
Yes,
getting
sir.
ready.
Yes, sir.
I'm getting ready to work them. I'm getting
That's
ready to
right.
work them because you know what they say in Alcoholics and NA Anonymous? It works when you work it. That's their recovery talk. I'm getting ready to work them. It works when you work it. Guess
That's
what
right.
we're going to do? We're going to put it to the test. What all can we accomplish together?
That's
I
right.
want to see. If I give you a plan, if I say this is the budget, if I say I got my own money, if I say I only need you to do one portion, I want to know if you're going to back me or are you going to block me? I want to know. One person cannot build Beaumont and one person cannot kill Beaumont, but we can take some measurements of who's doing what.
That's right.
Period.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're going to
That's
measure.
right.
We're going to take some measurements.
That's right.
Speaking of
And
measurements,
what side were you on? What part did you play?
Is it right? Is it possible that we can talk about the Beaumont Police Department?
Oh,
Well,
do you want to go there? Do you really want to go there?
I
Oh my
had
Lord.
I had it on our agenda. I had it on our agenda for
I'm a fall
tonight.
out. I'm not going.
Our time
Wait, we only
kind of,
got, yeah, I'm
our
about to say
time
we only got
is about
5
up.
more minutes.
Oh no, we're
And
gonna
so
need like a
let's say this. Let's talk about the Beaumont Police Department on Sunday.
Sunday. Man,
Yeah.
today Tuesday.
Oh,
we got Thursday coming up.
No, not this. No, this is not our Thursday. We can come back and visit this on Sunday night, Sunday evening, on our Sunday evening show.
We need to do it on a Sunday, but let me tell you what we need to do. There is a pressing matter, and I know we don't have time to dive into it, but my classmate, Christopher Shaw, is in ICU currently. I grew up with him. I rode the school bus with him. I lived a few blocks down from him. I know him. He's not a gangster. He's not a thug. He's none of these things. So I want to get in the front of that before that even try to be said. And I'm concerned. I don't have all the facts, but I am concerned about the handling of his treatment. And what I will say is this: the Beaumont Police Department can look for me. Full stop.
I for one.
How you doing?
Yeah.
Because my name is Christopher Jones, and I have questions brought to me that I definitely need to address with the Beaumont Police Chief, Assistant Chief, Lieutenants, investigators, detectives, and CID, as well as Internal Affairs. So, yeah, we have a lot of discrepancies that we need to discuss.
That's right.
And there's only a small time frame. If you could see my watch, it's a small time frame that you have to address or respond to us.
That's right.
And I got time today. I just looked at my watch and I got time today.
Look, you saw mine, huh? You see mine? It says I got time. So, I mean, because like the discrepancies that I'm getting, there's a lot of individuals, there's a lot of residents within the area who are intimidated to speak out against Beaumont police officers and some of their injustices.
That's right. I got one.
Especially when you have I've never heard of this in my 41 years of living, a restraining order on a Beaumont police officer who then turns and have his friends to intimidate the same resident who got the restraining order on you. That's misuse of authority. That's misuse of power, sir. But these are the things that we definitely, like LaDonna said, we have to get out in front of, because this is something that's a silent cancer in our community. And it's so silent to where people don't even trust those who they sit on the porch to talk about it with. So
that's why who we elect matters. This is why our council members matter, and this is why the people that we put to represent our group matters.
Yeah, and like everybody on this podcast tonight has said, it's more to it than just the individual that you elected. What part of the body are you playing in? Fingers cannot be toes. It's impossible. Lips can't be a teeth. Eyes can't be a butthole. So I'm just saying, play your part. Know your position in the body. And if you don't know your position, ain't nothing wrong with asking somebody, hey, where can I be best placed? and then you'll be able to accentuate your own talents instead of trying to run somebody over that look like you because you feel like you got the answer. Time's out for that. We fit to start calling y'all asses out.
Period. Once more for the ninjas in the back.
All right. Okay. Well, that's. I'm gonna have to close. I'm gonna have to close this out here.
Yeah, and Chris,
y'all some clowns
have
on
y'all
here
seen that
tonight.
commercial? Hey, Lenny, when did you say feet are like toes? Lenny, you're bugging me, man.
And let's make sure I said ninjas, because you know how they do. Ninjas.
Well,
before we
know how they do. Don't misquote me.
Tony.
Yes.
If we could, please have a moment of silence for former council member WLP.
Yeah.
I loved him. I did.
Me too.
Thank y'all.
Well, I think his homecoming is Thursday, right? Homegoing is Thursday.
Yes, sir.
And those could visit
I'm not gonna be able to attend. Yeah. I'm not one that can hold up under 21 gun salute. Yeah. As a veteran, I'm not. Yeah. But I'll definitely send my condolences and prayers to the families.
Yes. Please join us, everyone. We're going to be talking about the Beaumont Police Department on Sunday at 8, right here on Knowledge is Power Podcast Live. And again, I'd like to congratulate our new mayor, Robin Lynn Donato. The first Black African American female in the city of Beaumont, Texas. All right, so now the work has just begun. Just a nip of it right here that we started, and we're going to continue to move on, and we're going to plan, and we're going to execute our plans. And again, people, the voters in Beaumont, Texas, who came out and voted in the masses. Thank you so much. It couldn't have been done. Beaumont. Beaumont. Congratulations to Beaumont. It couldn't have been done without you. And we are. It's not over yet. We still got a long way to go. So
that's what that means?
Yeah, we're not over. It's not over. We got a long way to go, but this is just a step. And this is a step. And look what we could accomplish when we come together and do something. Hey. LaDonna, go ahead and close us out, sweetheart.
Y'all already know I am your girl. I am a homegrown girl, and I want the best for this community. I want to heal any rifts, any divides, anybody that I may have offended along the way. I think that now is time to roll up our sleeves, to get in the dirt, to get it out the mud. If you don't put nothing in, Beaumont, you can't get nothing out. But I am here to work for you. Knowledge is Power Podcast Live is here to inform you. We are here for you. We will never leave your side, and we will not let you down. So I want to say this tonight, henceforth and forevermore. We will be found working. We will be found doing good for goodness sake. No matter what the haters say, no matter what the naysayers have to say, no matter if they say it cannot be done. We are a part of the can-do group, baby. So we are the Americans. Let's do it, Beaumont. It's time to get it, and let's work. Knowledge is Power Podcast Live. Follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, Spotify, and YouTube, baby. Go find it.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching Knowledge is Power Podcast Live. Be sure to like and subscribe to all Knowledge is Power social media pages.